Hello, Queens. I hope your day is both purposeful and amazing. Let's have a little real talk, yes? It's important to keep your blood sugar levels in your target range as much as possible to help prevent or delay long term serious health problems such as heart disease, vision loss, and kidney disease. Staying in your target range can also help improve your energy and mood. Blood sugar is one of those things people typically think about in tandem with conditions like diabetes or pregnancy. But blood sugar is important for everyone to pay attention to, especially if you want to feel your best and have steady energy all day, each day. So, why pay attention to blood sugar? For one, if you feel hangry quite often, this is for you. You're most likely not eating foods that maintain healthy blood sugar levels. Want to avoid being on that high blood sugar, low blood sugar roller coaster? Well, I've got great news for you. You're in the right place because in this video, I'll be talking about 7 ways to balance blood sugar. But before we get into all this goodness, if this is our first time meeting, welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie Moore, a wellness and lifestyle coach, helping women over 40 balance hormones for increased energy and optimal weight management. I support you in ending that love relationship with sugar so you can finally kick that addictive habit to the curb for good. And I help you achieve great gut health to banish belly bloat and other digestive unpleasantries. So let's get right into it. The first way to balance your blood sugar is to drink more water. It balances blood sugar by helping you to decrease cravings and increase energy. Other benefits of water include, but certainly are not limited to, maintaining your body's fluid balance, carrying nutrients to your cells, flushing toxins, supporting healthy kidneys, keeping moisture rich body parts such as your skin, eyes, mouth, and nose functioning well, lubricating and cushioning joints, preventing muscle cramps, regulating your body's temperature and metabolism, and one of my most favorites, reducing inflammation. Yes, hunty, yes. And slowing signs of aging. So there are some dehydration warning signs that I'd like you to be aware of. That would be dark urine or not urinating at all, dizziness, rapid breathing, rapid heartbeat, extremely dry skin, the feeling of being lethargic or having a lack of energy, fainting, and even mental fogginess. So, I'm going to share with you a simple equation to help you determine how much water you should be drinking on a daily. Just divide your weight by 2 and convert that to ounces. For example, if you weigh 150 pounds, divide that by 2, you get 75. Change that to ounces, so 75 ounces. That's equivalent to a little less than 10 8-ounce cups of water a day. You can do that, right? Absolutely. The second way to balance your blood sugar is the proper consumption of protein. Protein helps balance blood sugar by slowing down digestion, which also slows down the absorption of carbohydrate-based foods that is consumed along with it. This helps lessen the intensity and frequency of the blood sugar roller coaster. Too little protein or too much protein can cause intense sugar cravings. Some signs of too little protein can include fatigue or feeling weak, hair loss or a change in its color or texture, feeling spacey, jittery, ungrounded, or unfocused, and extreme belly bloating, which is associated with severe protein deficiency. Some signs of too much protein can include constipation, and that's because protein isn't a fiber heavy food. Could also include less efficient kidney function, bad breath, body odor, weight gain, the feeling of tightness, stiffness, or even being tense. Now stick around to the end of this video and I'll share with you one of my favorite and most effective ways to determine the amount and types of protein that'll give you long-lasting energy. The third way to balance blood sugar is by adding healthy fats to your meals. Fats are an essential part of the diet because they can help with growth and development. They can nourish skin, hair, and nails. They help to absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, E, D, and K. They also regulate hormones, maintain a steady metabolism, can cushion and protect organs, as well as insulate the body. And one of my favorites again, I love the fact that healthy fats can reduce inflammation. Fats affect blood sugar because they have much more complex molecular structure than simple carbohydrates. This takes the digestive system longer to process. Now, before we move on to talk about the remaining 4 ways of balancing blood sugar, if you're getting any value out of this video and would like to see more like it, please click the like button below and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it, and you'll get notified when new videos are posted. And if you have a friend or loved one that you believe would benefit from this information, please feel free to share. So alrighty then, let's keep on going with this blood sugar balancing party. Here we go. The 4th way to balance blood sugar is to count chemicals, not just calories, because increasing food quality is the key to balancing blood sugar and improving health. Imagine food on a spectrum. The spectrum is horizontal, with lower quality foods on the left and higher quality foods on the right. And when I say higher quality foods, that would be organic, locally and seasonally grown, maybe even by your very own neighborhood farmer. So the goal is to continually do our best to eat closer to that right side of the spectrum, which includes the organic, high quality, locally and seasonally grown foods. Now let's take a look at 4 guidelines to keeping this simple. The first guideline is to observe the ingredients of the food items. It'll tell you how many chemicals are in the food as well as how it's processed. So ingredients are listed in the order of highest to lowest quantity included in that particular food. My ninja tip here is that the shorter the list is, the more likely it's closer to being higher quality food on the right side of that spectrum, and food that is potentially, again, organic, locally and seasonally grown, and just delicious. The second guideline is to buy organic and non-GMO. And in case you didn't know, GMO stands for genetically modified organisms. You want to buy organic and non-GMO whenever possible. The third guideline is when you eat more high-quality food, the low-quality processed food naturally begins to phase out without discipline, deprivation, force, or even willpower. How about that? And guideline number 4, which is one of my favorite because it's certainly setting us up for success. And that is, the first key to success is flexibility. The second is having a simple way to measure protein. And the third is to eat only until satisfied. So my ninja tip here is to create yourself a magic plate. Now by magic plate, I mean that it should consist of 1/3 green vegetables, 1/3 high quality protein, which could be animal or plant-based protein, 1/3 nutrient dense starchy vegetables or grains, and just add 1 to 3 tablespoons of high quality healthy fats to that. Moving on to our 5th way to balance blood sugar, and that's to focus on consistent meal timing. Eating sporadically or haphazardly can create extreme highs and lows for your blood sugar levels, which in turn creates stress on the body. Eating only once a day or having a light or small snack in the morning with a heavy or big dinner at night can potentially set your system up to be in a reactionary or a survival mode, rather than being able to properly divert resources towards healing, repairing, and thriving. On the flip side, eating frequently throughout the day can also be taxing on the system and lead to insulin resistance, which means your body requires higher levels of insulin to bring the blood glucose concentration back down to a physiological balance. Meal timing can help repair insulin sensitivity so that insulin is highly effective in minimal amounts. This can be achieved by spacing meals throughout the day and having minimal snacks. Finding that right amount and balance of macronutrients specifically tailored to your personal needs is essential for success. Quick question: what exactly is macronutrients? Well, I'm certainly glad you asked. They are the nutritive components of food that the body needs for energy and to maintain the body's structure and systems. The next way, and this is number 6, of balancing blood sugar is sleep. When you're sleep deprived, your cortisol rises, which can mimic the same stress of the blood sugar roller coaster and all of its harmful effects, such as weight gain, insulin resistance, heart attacks, high blood pressure, depression, osteoporosis, decreased immune function, and even more. A lack of sleep also increases the hormone that's well known as the hunger hormone. This is produced predominantly by the stomach, and this hormone also acts on the pleasure center of the brain, which can prompt you to reach for multiple servings at mealtime and even when snacking. When you're tired, you're more likely to make poor decisions, doubt yourself, and feel foggy brain or anxiety. Some factors that can influence the quality and quantity of your sleep is eating late at night, consuming caffeine after 2 p.m., doing brain stimulating work before bed, surfing the net or scrolling through social media before bed. I mean, listen, we've all done it. My hand is up in the air right now. I've done it before and am trying not to do it again. I'm a work in progress, okay? Another factor is charging electronics near your bed. And this is something that I never even thought about affecting my sleep. Another is watching anything stimulating on TV, such as the news. And okay, let's have a little talk here. Speaking of TV, one of my big no nos is falling asleep with the TV on. So please promise me that if you're doing this, you'll stop. Okay? I mean, baby steps, even. Just stop falling asleep with the TV on. It really does affect the quality and quantity of your sleep. And another thing, if you're not doing it, kudos to you, but please never pick this bad habit up. I greatly appreciate it. I digress, and we move on. Now, the seventh and final way for balancing blood sugar, and one that I feel is very interesting and in depth, is movement. So, we're going to go through quite a bit of information pretty quickly here, but let's chat about movement. It's very important for health, mood, and balancing blood sugar. Now, exercise, and I'm doing air quotes here for exercise, tends to be associated with have tos, shoulds, and feelings of no pain, no gain, and is often a part of self destructive cycles of punishment or deprivation when we don't follow through. For example, not eating or over exercising to account for not exercising at all on a particular day that we had committed to. People tend to have negative feelings towards exercise because they really don't enjoy what they're doing. On the other hand, movement is about moving because it feels good, and the results are just secondary. When something is fun and pleasurable, you'll be more motivated to do it, and you'll actually start looking forward to it. This is a huge paradigm shift. Movement has both physical and emotional benefits, including increased confidence and self esteem. Yes, honey. Movement is a natural way to boost serotonin, which is a feel good chemical and neurotransmitter. The main way that movement can help balance blood sugar is by increasing insulin sensitivity. Sugar is in three main places in the body: it's in the bloodstream as glucose, in the liver and muscles as glycogen, and lastly, in fat cells for long term storage. So, movement requires energy that creates a place for future glucose to go. This lessens the amount of insulin required to restore glucose to a healthy balance. The body will use glucose in the bloodstream first, before converting stored sugar in the liver and muscles. The last place the body goes to is the fat cells. That's quite a bit of information about movement and sugar in the body and fat storage and all of that stuff. So I'd like to do a really quick breakdown slash overview-ish. So here it goes. When there's no movement, there's no minimal energy expended. Then glycogen storage isn't used and it remains full. Once a meal is consumed, glucose levels increase with nowhere to go. Higher levels of insulin are released to balance blood sugar. However, when there is movement, moderate to high levels of energy is expended, glycogen stores are depleted, and space is created for new glucose to go. When a meal is consumed, glucose levels rise and lower levels of insulin are released, which is a good thing. My ninja tip here is one way to find movement that's fun for you and you will enjoy is to ask yourself, what kind of movement did I enjoy as a kid? Or what's something I've never tried before but always wanted to do? Congratulations! Woohoo! You did it! It's time to celebrate. I'm celebrating you for making it to the end of this video tutorial. It's so easy to get distracted or let life get in the way, so kudos to you for completing this video. Oddly enough, not everyone takes the time out to invest in themselves and prioritize their health and wellness. Your actions today will certainly pay dividends down the road. So again, congratulations, awesome job. Let's celebrate. As a great big old thank you, I have a fun bonus for you today. I mentioned earlier in the video that I'd share with you one of my favorite and most effective ways to determine the amount and types of protein that'll give you long-lasting energy. It's called the 4-Day Energy Experiment, and it's specifically designed for you to explore how different amounts and sources of protein have different effects on your energy level. It comes with a guide sheet that provides instructions and tips throughout the 4 days. I'm also going to throw in a vegetarian and vegan protein sheet with definitions, information, and recommendations. And so that you're able to track your experiences throughout the experiment, I'm adding a food journal. So you can take notes and journal your emotions, thoughts, and observations. And lastly, because I'm in that given type of mood today, I'm also throwing in the Magic Plate template for you to be able to create your own Magic Plate. I'm going to throw that in along with a Magic Snacks cheat sheet because it complements it so well. So in the description below, you'll find a link for all of these goodies. All right, gorgeous. Have an amazing, fantabulous day. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.